Hey, it's your Wisconsin Wine Guy, back again with another wine review. And for those who are new, these are wines I like to call everyday drinking wines. These are wines you can find wherever you shop for wine, liquor store, grocery store, and some wine shops. I give these wines a taste and give you my personal opinion of what I think about the wines. Utilize the infamous thumb rating system. Thumbs up says I recommend that wine's a pretty solid wine, good value too. 3/4 said, you know what, someone gave me this, I enjoyed it, I shared it with my friends. I think it's a pretty decent wine. Halfway. It didn't work for my palate, doesn't make it a bad wine, but I will tell you why it didn't work for my palate. Then you taste it and let me know what you thought about it. Thumbs down, always an easy one, right? Then every now and then there's the double thumbs up. And when you get that double thumbs up, you know, I highly recommend that wine. Give it a try, because I would be very curious to know what you think about the wine and if you agree with the rating that I gave it. So now, on today's review, we're looking at Imagery. Interesting, this wine here. This is the second varietal, or second wine from this wine that I've had, you know, and I'm surprised I haven't tasted more. You know, I was impressed with the package the first time I did a review, and I'll put a link to that review so you can read that, watch that. But I was impressed with the packaging, you know, on this wine, and I was very curious about the bottle. You can, you know, do that artwork and make such a nice package. You know, I would think that maybe the juice is good. You know, some of us do purchase wine by sight. You know, the label draws us in, but this is a very classic looking label. We're going to be reviewing the 2022. Yep, 2022 Pinot Noir out of California. Now, the interesting thing here, the winemaker is going to be Jamie Benziger. Know that name? Benziger? Truth Wines? Benziger Wines? Not Zinger, Benziger Wines. You know, family brand, you know, family of winemaking, right? Out of Sonoma. You know, and so now one of the siblings is also doing her wine, her way, her vision and style of wine, keeping the family legacy going. All right, so Imagery will be her wine. We're going to be tasting the Pinot Noir, as I said, coming in at 13.5% alcohol. Retail, find at maybe $14.99 to $16.99. You know, and this also has a little bit of Petite Verdot. All right, spend some time in French oak. You know, so let's give it a taste and see what we think here. So again, I mean, my second wine, you know, I mean, there's so much wine out there on the market, you know, and you can't taste them all, you know, and if you shop by label, you know, it means, oh, I had that label before, so you try something else, you know, and so I try to do my best to taste as many wines as I can that you see in your stores every day. So you can do a search, go on YouTube or do a search and find me and say, hey, let's see what the Wisconsin Wine Guy thought about that wine. All right, so there you go. So now the Imagery Pinot Noir with a little bit of Petite Verdot, just a small percentage of Petite Verdot in this wine here. And I'm going to take this wine and say, you know what, we are coming into spring. We also are coming into Easter. So this may be one of those wines you may want to consider for your Easter brunch or Easter lunch. All right. So we're gonna hopefully when you're watching this, you know, you're thinking about what wine I'm gonna have. You know, and this will strike your fancy. Hey, let's give it a try. So now the Imagery 2022 Pinot Noir. Wow, that nose is nice. You know, you have cherry, strawberry, but then it starts coming in with a little bit of toasty caramelization, you know. Wow, but it's just very well blended on the nose. So I'm digging the nose, you know. If you can't smell the fruit, what's the point, right? I mean, it shouldn't be dominated, you know, by oak if you're going to have oak aging in it, you know, or the oak aging should have some character to it and just not smell like wood or cedar, right? And so far here, you know, the nose is just like very pleasant. And now the actual wood itself comes through. You know, so you have all these different layers going on the nose here with this wine. But it for sure has a nice red fruit of cherry, like tart cherry nose with some strawberry. Ooh, wow. And every time I smell this, that that wood char comes in at different points, right? And for me, I dig that in wine, that it's not the same nose every time you smell it. It's always evolving, always something different. But enough of that. Let's get to the taste. All right, so the taste, two-step process. Remember, first taste is what? Acidity. That's right. No acidity, no play. Doesn't matter to me if it's a red wine. No acidity, no play for me. I want life in my wines when I'm drinking them. And then the next sip is going to be, we're going to decide, do we like it, do we not like it? So here we go. Acidity wise, nice. Spot on for me. Soft to medium tannins, long finish for sure. Wow. I mean, I'm saying that and I can just tell it's going to be a long finish. It's evolving as the oxygen enters my mouth and I'm talking. It's evolving, you know, the flavor. Wow. And we're going to get to that in a minute. It's almost got a little plum in it, but we'll get to that. Let's just be sure. But tannins, soft, medium. They don't hang around long. Acidity is great. The combination of fruit, the flow across my palate was nice. It has a like light to medium body to it, feel to it in the mouth. Now, I have this at a cool temperature. Okay, so this is cool. I mean, that's like cheek cold to me is cool. Cheek cold is cool, you know, this Pinot Noir. So it's very nice at this temperature. It'd be awesome when this warms up, you know, to like maybe 65 or 70. 70 may be too much, but 65, we see what it's like, you know. But cool temperature here, feels nice in the mouth. That finish is nice. Again, I'll come back to that deep finish of subtle plum, but it comes up front with that tart cherry and strawberry taste to it up front. You do pick up some citrus notes. You know, I always enjoyed that I just call it the duck à l'orange taste. The orange sauce, you know, in that taste that you get, you know, from that dish. You know, I love to when I taste that in the Pinot Noir, and that to me that has to do with the combination of the fruit itself and the time spent in the barrel. That toast is just right, you know. So that caramelization. So I get that, and it's very subtle here. I think that the mouthfeel and the blend of all these things that I'm describing, I feel it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. And 13.5 is in a sweet spot for me, you know, when it comes to alcohol. Even though it has that tart cherry, you do get still a kiss of that strawberry fruit, but very subtle. I love the way it makes my mouth water. You know, I'm really digging this Pinot Noir, and that plumminess on the end that I get, you know, that kind of like depth to it. I believe that's probably coming from the Petite Verdot, okay? I'm going to go with that. It's coming from the Petite Verdot. That coloring, you know, is still, you know, a Pinot Noir type color, but it gets just a little shade darker as you get down to the bowl, you know, so that's pretty nice. So we're talking about garnet, and it gets a little bit darker. That could be a little bit of that Petite Verdot influence as well, because it can be a dark, inky wine made with that grape, you know. But overall, you know, this is really nice. So, for me, the Wisconsin wine guy. Again, I'm going to try this at a warmer temperature. So I'll sip on this over the course of my evening. So the Wisconsin wine is going to give the Imagery Pinot Noir. What's that? 2022 for your Easter table. You know, I'm going to give this a double thumbs up. I mean, I like all of the elements and the things that are happening. And even though it has that tart cherry, which may not be appealing to some, I personally think that it's blended in very well, with the fruit itself, overall. So I'm digging this. I think it'll make a very good overall, just sipping wine at a cool temperature. Warmer, it probably alleviates some of that tart cherryness, that I'm feeling. But I still would give it a double thumbs up. I'm digging it, and I'm sure we're going to dig a whole lot more of this as I go along. So, it's your Wisconsin wine guy saying to you as always, let your palate be the guide. And this was a double thumbs up. I want you to let me know what you think about it. And I'm going to see you next time. Ciao!